Welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show Express on SABC3. Now, our next guest recently returned from a trip in the Philippines where she represented South Africa at the International Miss Earth competition. And man, did she do us proud, placing in the top 8 and also receiving 8 category medals. Great to have our own Miss Earth South Africa here with us, Tamerin Jardine. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah. Are you finally happy that you're getting a chance to say hello to Bob and Bella?
I am. Bella's in love with me. She keeps looking at me.
Bob, not so much behind you there?
Bob can smell probably my dogs on me. So
he can smell your dogs on you. All right, well, we'll leave him to get acquainted there. Let's talk about the Miss Earth organization, what it's all about. What is Miss Earth South Africa the organization all about?
Well, Miss Earth South Africa in association with Council is an incredible platform for young women like myself to be able to make a difference with regards to the environment. It's a leadership program. It's not, everyone's like, oh, it's a beauty pageant. It's not at all. Yeah. It's this program for young women to get actively involved in their communities. It's between the ages of 18 to 28, and it makes you an environmentalist. If you're not one, you'll become one. We plant trees, we do incredible work with regards to sustainable living.
Yeah. So what is it that you guys have done so far with Miss Earth?
Well, what Miss Earth South Africa as an organisation, they do one thing that isn't really to do with the environment, but it's doing a lot of work for the people, because we also realise that there is social responsibility. We have a stationary drive, and last year was our 10th year of Miss Earth, and we aimed to reach 10,000 children, and we ended up reaching 12,000.
That's amazing. Wow, congratulations. Wow.
And then we also planted our 20,000th tree.
20,000th tree?
Yes.
Is this in the goal of planting even more? What's the end goal for you guys with that the tree planting?
I think Miss Earth is going to be around for a long time, so hopefully we will reach millions.
Wow. Let's talk a little bit, obviously, about the exciting trip you took to the Philippines, representing us, I think, among 92 nations across the world. You were Miss Earth South Africa. How was that experience?
It was an incredible experience. I don't think people realise the amount of pressure when you go over there, because you're by yourself.
Yeah.
And you've got to just you're representing a nation.
Yes,
so you've got to just put your all into it, wake up every morning, no sleep, and just do your best. And it was an incredible experience. I learned so much with regards to the environment, because it is also about the environment. So we had environmental seminars, to tree plantings, to just dealing with children and teaching them about sustainable energy as well as sustainable energy, living. So it was incredible.
It sounds like there was a whole lot of info to absorb. It wasn't just all about being there and looking pretty, if you will.
No, it definitely wasn't. I mean, it had... Obviously, there was the beauty side of things.
Yes.
But with regards to environmental side, it was 90% environmental, 10% beauty.
Did you learn something new while you were there?
I did. Amazingly, I never realised that America was such an incredible stronghold with regards to sustainable energy, and they're one of the biggest oil-driven countries.
Oh yeah, of course they will.
How can you be so big on the energy side of things and wanting to save energy, but then you're mining so much oil?
I want to talk a little bit about when you were there, what it is that you learned that you feel you can bring back to the country and help contribute in your tenure as Miss Earth South Africa to help us pursue that sustainable living in South Africa.
Well, the one thing that I did before I left was light harvesting with 49M.
Yes.
And then we went there and we did it on a much bigger scale, because in the Philippines there's not a lot of electricity. So we did a lot of the light harvesting, and it's called Leader of Light there. And it's incredible. So they were actually trying to roll it out in every single house in the Philippines that needed it.
Yeah.
So I would love to come back and bring that and do as many houses as I can with 49M.
Now, the competition itself, is it as fiercely competitive as the other pageants we see, the Miss Universes, the Miss South Africas? Is it, is there, people look at you like, oh, don't answer that question right, because that diminishes my chances kind of thing? Is it as fiercely competitive?
It is competitive, but at the same time, the girls are there for a cause. So we all want to make a difference, and we're all compassionate people. So there is that element of we've got to win, we've got to do this, but we did make friends. I made some incredible friends, and I speak to them still every single day. She's
awesome.
Loving me.
She is totally loving you, Bob, even more. But we were saying now, you did us really, really proud, came in the top 8, won a whole bunch of category medals. Take us through some of those highlights. What it is that you won, and what was it for? Well,
I won 8 medals, 4 gold, 2 silvers, and 2 bronze. One of my favourite ones was the silver one, where I won in my national costume.
In your national costume?
Yes. and making South Africa proud.
That's very interesting. Well, I mean, we'll talk about that a bit later on, okay. The national costume, because you had 11 cultures to choose from, so I'm very interested to know which one you chose. But yes, your other medals.
I won gold for my environmental knowledge.
Yeah?
And as well as my environmental work that I did in the country. And then one of the things that I won was a laptop for my environmental ideas with regards to environmental technology, and I think it's what we should be pushing as people. We should have all our appliances off the grid and we should be charging them with solar power.
Wow. So when you say you won gold for a specific category, does it mean you were the winner of that category among all the countries there?
Majority, yeah. Because sometimes they split us up into 3 groups, but the environmental things was all of us.
Absolutely amazing. Now, what would your message be to other young women out there who are looking to make a difference, maybe not from an environmental point of view, but in other sectors? There's business, there's socio-economic impacts that can be made. What would your encouragement message be to them?
My message to them would be don't give up. I have dyslexia and a lot of people said I wouldn't get my 2 law degrees that I have.
2 law degrees, goodness. Which are?
BA Law and LLB.
Wow.
So I think that no matter what you find your passion in, push forward and don't let anything hold you back. Just make sure that you have the drive within you, and if you just keep going, you'll make that difference. For me, it's the environmental side, and I'm loving this.
Absolutely love it. Congratulations, and thank you for making us so proud, doing us so proud at the competition. We're proud of you. Man, so cool. As you can see, Bob and Bella are totally losing their minds, digging themselves in under couches and stuff. But yeah, she did us very proud. Tamerin Jardine. Later on, we're going to find out about her national costume and all the other national costumes that were there at the International Miss World competition. As you can, Bob just can't take it. He can't believe it. National costumes! He can't wait to see what the Miss France looked like. But anyway, Leanne had a cultural experience the other day. She learned how to do what is called the reel dance. Yes, the reel dance, which is traditional to this part of the country. Let's see how she did.